Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Friday, October 20th, 2023. We're in the middle of a very complicated time, but at the very least, we need to find each other as we have for 909 mornings. Convening a community from all over the world, including my dear friend Sheila Katz, who's in Israel and joins us here. She's the executive director of the National Council of Jewish Women, representing us with dignity and fire and passion and her beautiful broken heart in our homeland. Bless you, my friend. I hope you have some Shabbat, but please bring all of our hearts to all of our sisters and brothers in Israel with you. It's beautiful to see you here, Heather and Ellen, Eileen and Amy, April and Bob. We have 10 people or so on Instagram and 50 people or so on Facebook, and it is not enough, and it is gorgeous to be together. Gina, good morning. Good to see you. Jerry and Valerie, I'm with you, heartbroken and present. Julianne and Keith, Lisa, Deborah, Boker Tov, Carl and Barry, Linda, kind soul, my friend. Good to see you here. Hope that all of yours are safe and well. Yes, Sheila just wrote as a comment, morning Torah, but spells it the way my heart feels it. Mourning. Yes. Yes. But if I could offer us a blessing as we're about to take a breath, which I'm going to remind us to do, take a breath. And to allow in the blessing of Torah. It's not an answer and it doesn't change where we are right now, but it will help us be strong as we make the changes that need to be in the world, including keeping our hearts pumping with compassion and passion, including doing everything in our power to achieve justice and the safe return of our sisters and brothers held hostage in Gaza. There's a lot to say, but let's say it through Torah. So I invite you, friends, take a breath. Let's sing a blessing for learning. Here we go. Friends, there are a million things to say. Here's what I'm going to put first and foremost, because I've had the privilege of helping convene this community now 909 times. 909 weekdays in a row since the beginning of the pandemic. You and I have found each other across the world. It is so important that we not lose the strength that we are able to create, even in dark times, though there is no comparison with this dark time for our people. But if you're looking for a bright light, look for it in my eyes, because my beautiful son Micah's bar mitzvah is tomorrow. I dedicate today's Torah to his precious, gorgeous heart, to his effervescent spirit, and to him knowing that part of being a Jewish adult is the joy of being in community, the comfort and strength of being in community. We have to be the community that makes all of this clear. We are not fighting to hurt anyone. We are fighting for life, for the life of our children. And I will not let anything take my child's joy away. Thank you for joining me in finding the strength to say the words Mazal Tov today. The strength to say Mazal Tov today. Honoring and treasuring my wife and all of the heroic work she is doing to convene communities in song and prayer, all the while we are planning for his bar mitzvah. All the while. It is incredibly important to not leave behind the joy, especially in a moment like this. You want to see joy? Go to a wedding in Israel now. Yes, our hearts are ravaged. No, nothing gets in the way of celebrating life. When you make a l'chaim, you better mean it now. And you better make a l'chaim. Take a breath, take a nap, celebrate while we fight. Celebrate while we grieve. When we are under a chuppah, we remember to grieve while we celebrate. Well, we better remember the opposite too. To celebrate while we grieve, to not forget the preciousness of life, even as we ache within it. So friends, you and me, let's find the joy and the light even in this. Send it to my boy. We are reading a Torah portion that a lot of us think we know because we hear it and we see artistic depictions of the flood and Noah, but there are parts of it that we don't remember. Let me tuck into this teaching two things that I hope you will do. Number one is, we, friends, we are absolutely devoted to our people's welfare. Our broken hearts are in the East, and I am proud and humbled to be part of UJA's incredible work. We have raised over $85 million and allocated more than $26 million. Faster than any other national organization and faster than many Israeli organizations. Our funding on the ground, and our CEO, Eric Goldstein, my beloved teacher and friend, has been there already twice in this. Once because he was there when it happened, and then went to hospitals that hours later were attacked by direct missile hits, and then went back with the governor of New York. The work that we are doing on the ground requires your help. We are funding organizations like the other ones that are asking for your support. Everything is worthy. We are proud to play a central role in our people's response to this attack. And if one thing comes from this broadcast, it's that one of you will make a gift. Maybe all of you will make an extra gift in honor of Micah's bar mitzvah. You want to do something gorgeous as a gift to my boy. Do something for our people. Show him where our strength is. Show him where our hearts live. Show him what it is to be an indefatigable part of the Jewish people. Over and over, our kids say, today I'm a Jewish adult. Nebuch for our kids. Sometimes being part of a Jewish adult is these tears. But we do not stop in our passionate advocacy on behalf of our people, and that requires open eyes. Our tears will wash our eyes clear so that we can see with strength, with power, with conviction, with hurt. And so, friends, what I want to share with you, not only is that I hope you will make an extra gift to our emergency campaign and support our every year work, which is the only reason we're ready to do this work. I also hope that you'll join us at 10 o'clock for an incredibly important briefing on the current situation with Michael Oren, who is a former ambassador and member of Knesset, and with our CEO, Eric, who's in Israel right now. I hope that you will be part of this conversation, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts, because we need you. We need you. When we say Am Yisrael Chai, we're not saying so casually. We never do. Am Yisrael Chai is our work. That's our mission statement. So that we can do our good work in the world on behalf of every human being, we need to take care of our own community, our own family, so that we can be present with passion and joy. And in order to get there, in order to truly appreciate it, we have to pay attention. We have to be informed. We have to show up. Here's a little bit of Torah, because I promised. I promised. Someone's asking where to find the link. Someone on Instagram is asking to find the link for the 10 a.m. briefing. Go to UJA Fedny, UJAFEDNY on Instagram if that's where you are. Find us on this Facebook page if that's where you are. Go to our website, ujafedny.org. Okay? Not hard to find. We make sure it's not hard to find. We are here and we are there, and you are all with us everywhere we are. Here's a little bit of Torah. It's intense Torah, I'm telling you in advance. It's on this parsha because in the aftermath of the flood, people, there are no Jews yet, no Israelites, hasn't happened yet. That happens next week with Avram. People decide to build a tower so that they can reach the heavens. We don't really know why, but the Midrash starts to fill in why. The rabbinic imagination tries to figure out why would they build a tower, and when you look at the text, where did they build the tower? In a valley. They built a tower in a valley to escape a flood. Why would you build it in a valley? None of this makes sense. None of it does. Listen to where the rabbis of antiquity go. This is a combination of midrashim woven by a wonderful book. If you're looking to add to your library, it's called Tree of Souls, an anthology of Jewish legend by Howard Schwartz. This is called Building the Tower. I'm just going to read you what he wrote and then make a comment. The link, by the way, to the webinar on Facebook is there. And friends, anyone on Instagram, you can go to us on Facebook and find it there. I'll make sure to post it on my personal feed in a moment as well. So, the builders of the Tower of Babel spoke a universal language. With this miraculous language, anything could be accomplished. Some say they had but to speak, and instantly their work was done. This universal language was lost when God scattered the builders and confused their tongues, but this same language will be spoken in the future, in the Messianic era. One day we will understand each other. One day. One day we will speak one language and be united with all humanity. One day. Others say everything went well for these builders. Some say they believed that the firmament, that dome that holds up the heavens, was in danger of tottering. And the tower they built was to be one of 4 pillars to support the heavens. That was the eastern pillar, and others were to be built in the north, the south, and the west. The reason for the tower was to hold heaven up because God needs our help. Others say they built the tower out of fear of another flood. Post-traumatic builders. Sounds familiar? Really does. They hoped to avoid the waters of the flood by inhabiting the heights of the tower, and they took axes with them to cleave the heavens, so that all the waters stored there would run out before God could cause them to flood. We will defy God to protect ourselves. How powerful, how strange, how in need of unpacking. I'm going to keep going. Still others say that they intended to overthrow heaven, to prevent God from bringing another flood on the world. They argued that God had no right to choose the angels for God's self and assign the terrestrial world to them. So they set an idol at the top of the tower. Some of you know that the tower is built and it looks like an ancient Mesopotamian ziggurat, an old temple. Maybe there's some of that in this midrash. They set an idol at the top of the tower with a sword in its hand as a sign that they intended to wage war against the ruler of heaven and to dwell there in God's place. So too, you won't believe it, it's in the midrash, but you won't believe it when I say it. So too did they shoot arrows into heaven, which fell back dripping blood, which convinced them that the defeat of heaven was close at hand. I have no idea what to do with that except to say that rage looks like that. Fear looks like that. The ancient midrash gives us a chance to imagine that we are there to help heaven, we're there to stop retribution and punishment, and we are there because we're scared. As for the fate of the tower, whatever happened to the tower? 1/3 was consumed by fire. 1/3 sank into the earth, and the remaining third stands as a warning against challenging heaven. Even this third is so tall that from the top, palm trees resemble locusts. Nor did the tower ever lose its power over mankind. Whoever passes there forgets all he knows. I share this with you not because it's a simple message and not because I want to explore it in some scholarly way. It's because the response to trauma looks like so many things, friends. Some people take shelter and self-isolate. That's not healthy, but I understand. Some people gird their loins, in biblical language, and fight with rage against power. I get that too. But all of it's Babel. That's where the word to Babel comes from. The Tower of Babel is where the word Babel comes from. Because at a certain point when you are suffering, what words work? Every Israeli I know is saying, Ein milim. There are no words. Every Jewish person I've worked with in the last 13 days has eyes like mine. We don't need to ask how each other is doing. We know. We know. I've been working, because of UJA's incredible partnerships with investment firms and publishing houses, and just stepping in as best as we all can to support our people. We support all people, but it is so powerful to have the opportunity and to be invited in to see Jews who work in spaces where they're not sure they can show up as Jews, and to remind them that they must, that they're not alone. And for so many beautiful corporations to find spaces for them to find each other, there is an absence of non-Jewish allyship right now. There really is. Especially on the progressive side of American politics. Trust me, I know. But this is a moment of unity and strength and healing. We have to fight. I've long believed that Zionism is the ethical use of power we wish we didn't need. But we do. Our babies being held hostage need us to show up with the ethical use of power right now. The media will misrepresent stories, not believing when we tell them our horrible images, the truth of what happened to our babies and our elders and our survivors and our parents and our teachers and our young people who just wanted to dance. The media won't believe us, and they will believe terrorists who claim that we are monstrous. We are going to have to face all of this. Remember the lesson of the tower that I read. People pass by the confusion and forget. We cannot forget. We will never forget. We're going to go into Shabbat Parshat Noach, remembering there was a flood and that the waters receded. We're going to remember that people forget, but Am Yisrael does not forget. Lo ashkach. We say in Psalms, and we sing often, my wife sang so powerfully last night at a gathering of our children's day school. Im eshkachech Yerushalayim tishkach yemini. If I forget you, O Jerusalem, I don't even know what my hand is anymore. Well, I know what my hand is, and my colleagues at UJA and all of you, everywhere you are, you know where your hands are. You know what they need to be doing. They need to be used to strengthen the world and to hold your own heart and say, there's love in me. There's feeling in me. My lungs are having a hard time, but they work, and thank you, God, for the chance to breathe and to do something good and constructive with my heart. When times are calmer, I say things like, what will you do with this one wild life, quoting Mary Oliver. That's a great question. Let's keep asking that question until we feel the strength to do what we wish we were always able to do. We have to work to remind the world that there are 203 souls being held captive by terrorists, including 30 babies. We lost 40 babies on one kibbutz. I don't go into Shabbos with a happy heart, but I will tell you, my son's bar mitzvah, boy, is that a mitzvah. It is a mitzvah to celebrate our children. We're going to double down on our work to bring Jewish joy and thriving and culture and strength and unity. You and I have work to do. with my friend Panina, colleague and friend at UJA, our broken hearts. We are going to sing Israeli songs. We're going to daven from our broken hearts. We're going to call God to account. We're going to call the world to account. Thank God for the strength of President Biden in Israel, saying the words Am Yisrael Chai, and in the Oval Office, articulating the need for support to Israel. Thank God for the aircraft carriers that are now in position to support and protect the people of Israel. Those are our sisters and brothers. In order to be there for them, you need to be there for yourself. And so even though, boy, is this a heavy broadcast, I'm inviting you to put your hand on your heart and commit to taking care of yourself. Commit to taking care of yourself, friends. We're going to go into Shabbos and we are going to sing, damn it. We are going to sing. Don't be alone, because you're not. Show up. Open your heart. Cry with a friend. Make a new friend who you know is your friend because they have eyes like yours. Face east. Make a gift. Learn some Torah. Eat some challah. Sleep tonight. Find a chance to celebrate, to remember what it is to be the people that says, Am Yisrael Chai. Sing. Sing. So I'm going to pick up my guitar and sing. With my wounded eyes and my broken heart and my struggling lungs, but my fierce spirit that I have learned from my people's history, my people's complicated history, something I am proud to transmit to my child. A world that I will help rebuild in the name of our children. And not me alone, all of you. Our work as UJA and countless other good places are going to do the work it takes to make this world worthy of our children. So, take a breath. We're going to sing. And wherever you are, friends, I'm serious. Sing. Let it out. Let's sing for a world that can only be built by love and that desperately needs it. The good news is you and I are here, and we're not alone doing it. And you must build this world from love. And if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. Olam chesed yibaneh, Friend, that's not the last song we're going to sing. You're looking at me, so you see a flag on your screen. Let's make that the center of everything right now. Sing with me. Strengthen your heart and sing as the people who never loses hope. Sadness might not be a choice, but hopelessness is a sin. It's a mitzvah to hope. Say yes. Say the words, I will hope. Od lo avda tikvatenu. Sing with me. Kol od balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulfatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvatenu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liot am choshi be'artzenu, eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Liot am chofshi be'artzenu, eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom, friends. Send some Shabbat to Israel and send some right into your own heart. Shabbat Shalom. See you on Monday.